who has 7. They are aggressive and they will be vibrant up top, and they will be a handful for Manchester United as the players come out onto the field of play. It's a fairly mild night, around about 10 degrees Celsius, but it is damp, and the pitch, according to Mark Skinner, the Manchester United coach, is soft in places, and it has cut up a little bit in the warm-up. So here we go for the UEFA Women's Champions League anthem. Enthusiastic crowd, not the biggest. This training ground holds 2,300. A little gaggle have come all the way from Manchester. Cameras might pick them up as the evening goes on, as the players greet their opponents, and the pre-match protocol is nearly done. Captain Manchester United, Maya Letizia, taking her team down the line of the Atleti players. Here's Mark Skinner, and the new coach for Atletico is Jose Herrera. It's only his 4th game in charge. Tenente Atleti team played against United in October. Boris had 2 years at Manchester United. Bartela's on loan from Chelsea. She's an Atleti ever-present this season. Divina Mania is the only player who didn't feature in the United defeat. The side's unchanged actually from the weekend Liga winner to Levante. As I say, the front two have 18 goals between them, so watch out for them. Atleti in the famous red and white striped shirts and blue shorts. Such a famous club. Women's team founded in the 1980s. They won the league actually, but then they were disbanded, reformed back in 2001. The referee is Silvia Gasperotti from Italy, with her compatriots running the line and in the VAR.
Okay.
Captain of Atleti is Lola Garrido, the Spanish international goalkeeper, now in her early 30s. Manchester United are missing Ella Toon and the winning goal scorer Filipino Rolfo from the October meeting, both injured. Last month's signing Ellen Bangerheim gets her 3rd start, 3 changes from the weekend win over Leicester. Riviere, Talent and Bangerheim in from Lundqvist, Nolson and Sharuga to a very strong bench. Talent has 7 goals in the competition so far. They're going to go at Atleti, says the manager Mark Skinner, and he is wary of that front two I've been telling you about. Manchester United all in black. There's Ellen Bangerheim, the Swedish international, just joined from Hammarby. She had a very good record there. Good players on both sides. There's the countdown to kick off. Taylor's choice, the Manchester United goalkeeper. And here we go, Manchester United kick us off and underway then. Kicking, as I say, from right to left in this first half against an Atleti side. Normally starting with 3 defenders. We'll wait and see if it shifts. It's clouted away by Menayo. And an early free kick for Atleti. You see there the scrubby part of the pitch? There's a little concern. It's soft in places. Sandra Medina, who went down, he missed a couple of games this season. Good long run in the side, a 13th start in a row. They've lost their way a little bit this season. By Riviere, Canadian international. Started her 9th Champions League game of the season tonight. Finished Joyce away. 13 clean sheets for her this season. She's only conceded 17 goals in 25 games. They are tight defensively. This is Medina. And Christina Jens. Skirted out of play. Nina's been here 3 years now, came from Real Betis. She's a former European under-19 and World Cup under-20 winner. Out there by Menayo. Got a great record at youth level, Spain internationally. Menayo has won the under-17 Euros and the under-19 Euros. The sagging form meant a change in coach until Martin went out. A risky ball played out by Boarisa against the former side. Manchester United could be in here, and Elizabeth Turner has punished them with 2 minutes on the clock. Real error from Atleti. Inside the opening 3 minutes, Manchester United go ahead. Of all the players to give it away, Bilda Boarisa, who had 2 years at Manchester United, was an FA Cup runner-up with them. She gave the ball away. And Turner's fantastic record in this competition goes on. Given straight away, Mallard pushed it to the edge of the box. Turner allowed to turn and get the shot away. Poor defending all over there from Atleti. Lovely finish. Really important early goal for Manchester United. Not too sure what that figure 1 goal in 5 matches meant. She's scored a hat-trick against PSV, a hat-trick against Brann. This is her 8th in the competition this season. They had to qualify, of course. They had to play PSV and Hammarby, and then the 2 games against Brann. The issues again. Just Park came across the city from Manchester City in September. Riviere. It's confidence about Manchester United. Turlin. Ziggy really costly error by the experienced Boarisa. Bit of a stiff wind blowing. Weather in Spain in these early weeks of 2026 has been astonishingly poor. The northwest got it about a month ago, and down in the south there's been floods, evacuations. Conceded. Behind it was with the offence. Last season's top scorer in Sweden. Well, last year, that is, 2025. It's a calendar year season. Here's Alexia Fernandez. Trying to dig their way back into the game. She was trying to link up there with Fiamme Iannuzzi. Defending by Anna Sandberg. Across the far side, Riviere did just enough. There it goes by Letizia. Here's Shinata Miyazawa. Japanese international. 11 full internationals in the Manchester United starting lineup, 5 in the Atlético starting lineup. Only 2 of those are current internationals. 9 of the Manchester United starters currently play for their nation, like Sandberg of Sweden. Mallard of France. Turn leg is next week. Bayern Munich await the winners, and then the semi-final could bear the victors of this contest against Real Madrid or Barcelona. Real Madrid play Paris FC, of course, in the playoffs. Here's Sandberg away in the middle. Now got it away. For Manchester United, Miyazawa. And the Tizier and the stuffing's been knocked out of Atleti by that early goal. Dominique Janssen. Sandberg. Turn is by Jess Park. Also opportunities were limited at Manchester City. By Janssen to Sandberg, playing very high. Skinner said they would be aggressive and go at Atletico. Good ball into the penalty. Yeah, it's in. It's an own goal this time, but it won't count. Offside. I don't think it was Turner in the middle. I think it was Van Gaal. The ball was played up to her. It was her header that was deflected in. We'll wait and see. Let off for Atletico Madrid, but they're defending poorly. Well, there's no offside there. Oh, it's Turner who put it in, and she was in an offside position. But there is VAR. Let's have a look at it again. Good ball up. Van Gaal with a nice layoff, and the naked eye looks as if Turner's offside. The Atleti defender stopped and appealed. Crucial seconds these. 2-0 down in the opening 10 minutes would be poor from an Atleti point of view. Poor, it would be almost disastrous, but I think this is going to be offside. Taking a fair while. Oliano is the VAR, another Italian official. Taking a devilish long time, this. Can't tell you what the VAR is thinking because we don't have a feed of him. Offside. Stays 1-0. Benayo towards Jensen. Looks for the return. Long-legged stretch for it. Riviere did well. Here's Zawa. Bossing that midfield area, Manchester United. Riviere. Turner's showing for it. Here's Van Gaal. Did well in the transfer window. Manchester United bought Lundqvist in from San Diego. Schuller, German international from Bayern. It's well won by Melvin Mallard. Third season at the club, Mallard. Got a couple of goals in this season. She's never present in all their games. Sigurdsson did well. Mallard tried to work the shooting opportunity, still going. In the end, the little poke shot lacked any sort of power. You can hear the Manchester United fans singing. It's coming away at the heart of midfield by Bartel. Possession was redeemed for them. Martel again, player who's on loan from Chelsea, and he had a couple of games there, 25 minutes in the year at Chelsea. Been a major player for Atleti this season. Simi Jensen. Crumpling Letizier to the ground. Got goals in this against Twente and against Hacken in their qualifier. Drew 1-1 away, beat them 2-1 here. 20 was a group win, or a group game I should say. Played out wide, again the possession breaks down with Alexia Fernandez, gets it back again now, the right wing back. That's for Sariegi. Seen a lot of her so far. Draws Janssen out wide, and will settle for that, their first corner of the game. She's a good player, Amaro Sariegi. Only missed 3 games this season. She was another score in that big 4-0 win against Twente away from home. She netted against Juve here, they were beaten 2-1 in that game. Word here. Tillis Joyce was complaining about the attention around her of Alexia Fernandez. Jensen in the 6-yard area will be the target. Referee stopped it before it came in. Iannuzzi, made recently for Spain against Germany. She's a never present this season, had a good campaign. Minaya will take the corner. Left-footed whips in, good header away by Janssen. Partially cleared away. Orisa was there. To grow into the game now, Atleti. Vanderheim's come to this left-hand side momentarily, the tall player with the long blonde ponytail and the blue boots. Off by Simi Jensen. It breaks here for Sariegi. That's a good recovery though for Manchester United by Anna Sandberg. Nearly away there, Sariegi. Under the boot of Dominic Janssen, the pitch is playing a certain part here. Mark Skinner thought it would be a bit tricky, unpredictable. It's not a consistent surface. This corner will curl in. Lorenz at the back post. The Brazil international. Played short, better angle here for the whip ball in. Their own player there. Jensen was trying to bring her in control. Deliver away by Turner. Park can cover ground very quickly. Held it up well. England international, not a victorious European Championship winning squad. Tion in towards Turner, did a good job. Up by Miyazawa. Riviere. Tion, very experienced Swedish international. They've got good players throughout the squad, Manchester United, and strength. Here's Sandberg. It's too near. Lola Gallardo. scored goals regularly in this competition this season, but now conceded 12. This is a risk playing out like this. Manayo out to Medina. Sorry, and here's Sin Jensen. Free kick to Atletico Madrid, and the Jensen, the offender. Serial winner Dominic Janssen with Arsenal, with Wolfsburg. With the free kick. On inside the penalty area by Laurent. Manchester United complained there should have been a free kick and the whistle was blown. Challenge left Marvin Mallard down. Oh, she turned. She sort of ran in there to Sylvia Lloris. Free kick given though. '23, I think that was a sort of statement year for Manchester United when they started to sign the likes of Mallard. Reformed in May 2018. The Manchester United Supporters Club ladies started playing in 1977. The Manchester United ladies team that started in 89 was disbanded in 2005 after the Glazers had taken over Manchester United. It wasn't deemed to be part of the core business, but it's been a great success story in recent years. Risky back pass there by Fernandez. I think having three teams from the WSL into Champions League football has made a big difference, and indeed it has for Spain. Bartel. Sariegi with the ball stabbed back. Junior Bartel. Susi Anuzzi. Jensen. Decent spell for Atletico. Tizzy cleared it away. That's not part of the pitch where the ball just sat, plopped down, didn't move. Not trying to force it through. At least got it away to Fernandez, 23-year-old who came through the youth team ranks here. Now Sariegi. Played the percentage ball, looking for a deflection off Janssen. Turned into trouble there, giving the ball away. Shot was well wide in the end though by Iannucci. A little bit of a risk by Zigiotti arm giving the ball away. That's the disallowed goal. Eventually we get to see the lines. Well, the drummers are adding to the atmosphere of the night. Not the biggest of crowds for a Champions League game. You wouldn't want the drummers living next door to you, would you? Over this time of the night in Spain. Ball. Checking very quickly by Medina. Laurent, joined from Kansas City. She's travelled around a bit. She was in Spain beforehand with the Madrid CFF club. Tizier got that. Good for the goalkeeper to get it away. Sandberg tries to win it back for Manchester United against Yami Anutsi. Strong on the ball. Good by Manchester United to win it back. Miyazawa was instrumental in that initially. She's just jogging through the middle there with the yellow boots on. Terrific player over the years, still only 26. Started all their European games in an ever-present record this season. Another sign of the times for Manchester United. They can recruit a player who was a Ballon d'Or nominee. This player on the ball here now, Miyazawa. Letitia. Riviere gets it back to her. Here's Park. Janssen back to Letitia. England international. She sat on the bench throughout the victorious European campaign last summer. Bangahay. And we're in control here, Manchester United, in terms of possession. About 55% on the ball. Atletico have yet to have an effort on target. Here's Mallard. Lost out there. That's ball by Lloris. Iannuzzi. Powerful, strong, and they get a decent cross into the middle now from Saliegi. They'll pull her out to the right hand side, they'll pull Jensen out to the left, and then they'll have the runners come through from deeper positions, Atleti. Riviere, 53 times capped Canadian international, Olympic gold medalist back in 21, but not a good ball. Worthy of an Olympic gold medalist. Cut out by Andrea Medina. Miyazawa. Away by Lloris, straight back to the Japanese international Park. She's got Sandberg to the left if she wants. Plays in towards Mallard. Goalkeeper did well. Came out, Gallardo, dummy to commit, and then just held herself back, so she avoided any sort of physical contact. Just watch this, and then she stopped. Mallard ran it out. Good problem here for Iannuzzi. I think she picked this up in her last run forward. Came through that same Spanish under-20 World Cup winning squad as Medina. Lovely execution for the finish, and a good ball to her by Mara, and it came from a mistake. Shock for Atleti in the first 4 minutes of the game. Three times in the Champions League, Atletico Madrid. Atleti beaten by Lyon in the round of 16 in 2016, handsomely beaten, and then 4 years later they were squeezed out by Barcelona. They had their pitfalls in qualifying for this, that Manchester United home defeat, beaten here by Juve, lost away at Lyon, got a good point here against Bayern, might meet again later on if they go through. Bandage for an Atleti player, and a word of tuition for Junior Ziggy-Otion. Thought she had a decent Euros last summer for Sweden. Good treatment for Fiamma, she'll be able to continue. He was coach at Tenerife and then out in the Middle East at Al-Hadal before he took charge of Atleti. First game was a 1-1 draw against Granada. He's won the second and third games. Gallardo away. Turin got something on it. Manchester United winning a lot of the physical challenges. Fernandez on. Jensen. Oh, the beneficiary of a poor touch by Fernandez. Very good player. Melvin Mallard, born in wonderful island of Réunion. From Ontario in Canada. Vangerheim. Hasn't he scored for Manchester United? Got the 33 for Hammarby in 2025. Mallard. There's a steadiness about Manchester United, a control of the game. They're outpassing Atletico Madrid. Atleti have the drum up. Manchester United have the rhythmic control of the game. Here's Letizia. Riviere. As I say, born in Ontario, mum's from Dominica. Hong Kong, I should say, dad's from Dominica. Mallard. Was too high for Vangerheim. Slipped away from Vangerheim, pushed out then by Bart's out to the winning runner that is Andrea Medina. The WSL clubs are watching her. Here she is. Spanish league is very strong though. You need really to go to the WSL or Bundesliga, French league. With the ball in, deflected on, and what's this for? Deflected for arm. When they have played at the big ground, they can get big crowds. Atleti broke a European record, 60,739 watched them play Barcelona at the Wanda Metropolitana back in 2019. Yeah, on her toes. Boarisa. 44 games for Manchester United in her 2 years there. FA Cup runner-up. In it comes against the former side, and she blows again, and off we go again. Same route. Now we're in with the header, flop wide. Of goals this season. It's easily wide though. Pressure from Vanderheim. Played back on a sticky surface from Boarisa. Can't take chances on this surface. See it bobbling there? Complex, this training ground. 5 pitches here. Lots of other facilities as well. Riviere back to Letizier. Tidily done by Atleti. Good pressure on the ball by Jesper. And Janssen is across. Massive experience, 356 games now in her club career up by Letizier. Not a great clearance there though. Is Fernandez is getting more influential in the game at right wing back. Bartel, comfortable on the ball. Good work. Turner to close down on the goalkeeper there, had to push it out. Riviere only missed the one Champions League game against Juventus. Manchester United went to Turin and won 1-0. Terrific result there. There's Bartel just nudging it back. They knocked that there by Iannuzzi and shovel cleared by Lauren. Working hard on and off the ball, but Atleti having a decent spell, not creating. No threat thus far for Balotelli's choice in the Manchester United goal. That's well won by Laura. So the choice comes together. Beginning to get the winning feeling as well, Manchester United. Trophies all important in the club's development. They won the English FA Cup. Left behind by Van Gaal. They won the cup in 24. They were runners-up in 2022-23 and last season. Really have progressed a long way as a football club. Here's Dominic Janssen. Riviere, ambitious with the pass. Borisa. Jensen, just as possessed by Janssen. Danish international couldn't squeeze through. Recently back in the squad, actually, the Norwegian international, I should say. She was out of the squad for a long time, 3 years. Came back in 24. to go in the half. It's got very scrappy. I think Mark Skinner will be concerned that his team hasn't pushed on. That's all credit to Atletico Madrid. Lifted away by Lauren. United unhappy with the challenge by Almao Saliegi. Measure of how strong Spain are. Sariegi's got a good scoring record for them, 12 and 18 internationals, but she hasn't been in the squad for some 14 months now. That's a lovely turn by Mallard. Parker's there in support. She's got Sandberg on the overlap. Letizia to Dominic Janssen. Sandberg showed too much of his part. Elegant on the ball is Jess Park. A good turn of pace as well. Manchester United maintaining possession. Either of these teams going to come a cropper, trying to play out on this sticky wicket. Park. Miyazawa's to a left-hand side, Riviere's out wide. Oh, it's an untidy pass, careless. Lauren seems to have been around for a long time. She's still only 23. Olympic silver medalist in the last games. By Lloris to Fernandez. Misplaced now. Miyazawa. Mallard. Holds it up and goes for goal and scores. Atletico will feel a little bit hard done by because they had a player down injured, and therefore Mallard had the space to shoot the score. Lloris, as she went to block Mallard initially, has hurt her right ankle, but Manchester United have every right to go on and score and take a 2-0 lead, and that's a massive leap towards the quarterfinals. Rotten luck here for Sylvie Lloris. She gets the block in there and kicks into Mallard. It's a super finish. Started just outside the far post and bent it back in. Lovely execution. Lloris left stricken on the ground. Mallard, big smile. 2-0 Manchester United. I think she jarred her knee as she went in for that block challenge. It is no more than they deserve. Long journey for those young Manchester United supporters. Lots of schools on half-term breaks in the UK at the moment. relatively inexperienced manager, only his 94th game as a head coach or a manager. Mark Skinner, 250 on the other bench. Lovely chat back here by Mallard. Just jarred that knee as she pivoted. Manchester United have control of this playoff. Tizier came to meet it. Here's Iannuzzi. Preparing a substitute, I think. On the attack here now. Bartel having a little look. Checks back to her left. Iannuzzi arrived. Now here's Fernandez. That's Tuni, the goalkeeper. Still had a shot to save. Big boots to fill, and Mary Earps left the club. They're the best goalkeeper in the world, of course. Tennis choice came in the September 23 from Brighton. Tizier. Quandary for Atleti now. Stick or twist. They go 3 goals down. They're out of the competition. But effectively, they can't afford to push on and leave gaps. Stricken Lloris. It's a knee injury. So it's just a twisting injury and not a severe ligament one. She's able to walk on. Xenia Perez has come on to replace her. 24-year-old. The 3rd year at the club, came from Espanyol. Big improvement in her over the last 18 months. I'd say she captained the side for a number of games last year. Miyazawa. It's on the Sandberg. Crestfallen by the second goal and that injury. Atletico a bit vulnerable at the moment. It's neat and tidy. To our back. Too tidy at all. Decently done. And Carmen Mayo. Little nutmeg. Wins the free kick. Oh, a hefty bump in there by Sigurdsson. Fernandez. Back by Iannuzzi. They can't get it away, Atleti. Manchester United look the fitter team, the stronger team. Here's Mallard. That's offside, is it? No, they're playing her on in the middle. That's very naive for the home side. Miyazawa into the box. Headed down by Lauren. Fiamme Iannuzzi, joint Argentine and Spanish international. Julia Bartel. Happy to be back in Spain. I think she had her best years for me when she was a title winner and a European champion with Barcelona. Medina. Ambitious. And we're into the second minute of the 3 added on. Riviere. Janssen could have been a little bit more composed. Medina, and then to Minayo. Mayada hasn't been comfortable with the ball played back to her feet. Now Fernandez, 7th start in this season's competition. Only missed 3 games in all. He's product. 23 now, she joined when she was 16. Fernandez. Last minute of stoppage time. Very good first 45 minutes for Manchester United. Again, Janssen played forward first time when she had more time than she knew. Perez. Just blocked there by Sandberg. Handball. She got over the outside of her arm, and knee she went down. She's okay now, hobbling back. That's Manchester United, £150,000 plus. Was then the record signing from Swedish football. Can Atleti get a crucial goal back just before half-time? Up by Borisa, on by Lauren. The half-time whistle blows at the Centro Deportivo out in Alcalá de Henares in Madrid, with Atleti 2-0 down to Manchester United. A very good first half for Mark Skinner's side, leading through Liz Turlin very early on in the game, and then getting a second goal 6 minutes before half-time by Melvin Mallard that cost Atleti the defender Silvia Lloris, who picked up an injury there. Mallard didn't blink. 2-0 up, and Manchester United in a very, very strong position at half-time. They've come a long way to see this. They're jubilant so far. Atleti 0, Manchester United 2.
Manchester in Madrid. Jen, do you think we'll see maybe some of the new signings for Manchester United get on the pitch in the second half?
I would say so. I think we've talked so much about depth and how important that is, and these fixtures are the exact same. I think you would expect a reaction from Atletico Madrid, so how to manage a reaction is energy coming off the bench, changes coming into it, so no, I wouldn't be surprised at all. That's what it's all about, having experience and top players coming off to see out a game.
That made me laugh. We spoke about Ali in the lead up to this game. Atletico Madrid haven't won any of their women's Champions League games at home. And they're obviously down now 2-0. Not looking too good, is it?
No, it's not. But they have to go for some type of result, I think, because it's not going to get any easier when they travel away to Manchester.
Yeah, I think for Atleti, maybe it's not about leveling the game, but at least get one on the board. At least get one on the board to make that second game a little bit easier.
For sure, just narrow the defeat, knowing that you've still got a second leg to play. You have to get still something out of this game.
Yeah, they've still got a whole other 90 minutes left when they go to Manchester next week. Okay, everybody, looks like the second half action is set. Time to send you back to your commentator, and on the call for Atletico Madrid, Manchester United, it's Jonathan Higg.
United players. Tough second half for that young man. Third coaching job, most important of his career so far. That's for the Atleti goalkeeper Lola Gallardo. And the referee from Italy, Silvia Gasparotti, about to get us off and underway. No changes. Here we go then. Atleti in the red and white striped shirts and blue shorts, keeping them right to left in this second half. With it all to do, it's Andrea Medina. He's playing for the Spanish under-23. He's still only 21. Not yet made a full international appearance, but I don't think that's going to be long in the waiting. Cecilie Jensen. What they were talking to her and Sariegi about. Here's Medina. Before Riviere gets the return. Again, the wing-backs very, very high. Gaps behind them. United have exploited them all day long. She's going a long way. Riviere, good stop by the goalkeeper. Manchester United so close to a third in the first minute of the second half. Really long, penetrative run, but all the way. Good cover in the middle, so she had every right to go for goal. And a very decent save as well. Strong hands from the 32-year-old from Mallorca, Lola Gallardo. Part of the Las 15 movement, the 15 players who refused to go to the World Cup in Australasia in protest against the management of the senior team. Now here's Anna Sandberg down. Massive protection on that right knee. And she looks in discomfort. Stopped by Gallardo. Second spell at the club here. It's the 260th game. She's been a good servant for Atleti. A concern. She's only missed one game this season. She's been ever present in this competition. Big player for Manchester United since joining from Hacken last summer. They're sucking Atleti out to the halfway line, bypassing the wing-backs who are so high they've left massive gaps in behind. It's not a new thing in this game. Manchester United have London City Lionesses at home at the weekend before the return game. George will come on to replace her. Good fullback in her own right, England international. Only had 5 minutes since mid-December. Couple of starts, she's lost a place to Samba. Manchester United then, whipped in by Park. It's loose inside there. Mallard went for it. Referee sees something. She gave it for a foul on the goalkeeper. Yes, she did. George just bumped into her first contribution to the game. Thomas Joyce, two racy back passes to her, put her to spot a bother occasionally in this game. Mallard plays back, chopped up by Miyazawa. Atleti have attempted almost as many passes as Manchester United now. They're way behind at one stage, but they're not in areas that are hurting Manchester United. This one might. Park needed to make the challenge, and she did. Miyazawa doesn't either. And eventually, Iannucci was dispossessed, and it's away. Back into the mix, looking here for Jensen. And that's the first save that Thomas Joyce has had to make. Sorry, you're just sitting deep, waiting for that opportunity for the ball to come back to her. But no power in the shot. Easy save. There's a very old saying in football that 2-0 is the most difficult lead to hold on to. Strange that, isn't it? But going into a second leg 2-0 up sometimes can be uncomfortable. The third would put the tie surely to bed. If he can get one, it's very much alive. Here's Mallard. Positive run, looking for Van Gaheim. And out by Xenia Perez. Mallard dropped her shoulder, went inside. Has been able to influence the game, Julia Bartel. Around the corner there by Elizabeth Turner. She's had a fine game again for Manchester United. Mallard. Should be away here by Manayo. Straight down the throat of Jade Riviere. There's Dominique Youngson. Some of you remember her as Dominic Bloodworth. She married Brendan Bloodworth. They were together for a couple of years. Went back to a maiden name, Youngson. 7 minutes gone in the second half. Riviere, Manchester United, her first senior club. She played for a junior club in Canada called Ann Arbor. She was at college at Michigan State, Michigan Wolverines. She played for them. Great coup for Manchester United that they were able to sign her. Fernandez off and running. She's been a willing runner on that side, and good challenge on her by Jess Park, who covers a lot of ground. Fernandez trying to plant it forward, then looking for Jensen. more off the right-hand side in this second half, Jensen. Sariegi more in the middle, and then Medina's been pushed up. She's wearing 3 there, look, on the left-hand side. Riviere to Miyazawa. Jade Riviere again. Van Kane wants it to take on Medina. Atleti with plenty of players back now. Momentum slowed a little bit too much. Van Kane. Miyazawa finds part, she can shoot from there. Drago Dink. In a stride. Got 7 goals this season. One of these she scored against Juve. Played in the late autumn internationals for England's Lionesses against China and Ghana. She's having a good season. Given away. Miyazawa couldn't get to it. There's Fernandez. One cleanly back for Manchester United by Turner. Miyazawa. Comfortably done by Manchester United. Riviere out to Ellen Van Gaal. Well balanced side Manchester United. They've got more creativity in that midfield trio. Miyazawa, Zigiotti, Allman, Park. Atletico about to make some changes. Riviere. Back to from Van Gaal. Miyazawa. Controlling things in there really. George. And now Mallard. Corner kick to Manchester United. He's had a good game. Put them in a really strong position. The referee's not having any physical contact in that 6-yard area at all. For clear vision, the referee. Textbook positioning. On the angle. Tissié's corner. Dangerous. Allen went up for it, the keeper went up for it. And Manchester United are appealing here for a penalty. Turner really anguished that nothing was given. There's going to be a yellow card here now for, what is it, Van Gaal? It is Van Gaal, pulling her back. Only 21, will take a little bit of time to settle. Promising for Sweden in the Euros off the bench. This is that penalty incident. Can't see too much in that myself. Here come the changes. Manayo is going to go off. She's been replaced by Rosa Ottomin, who's a left back, so no positional change there. the centre-back. Bartelo's gone off. And a very accomplished player, Catherine Cool, comes on. A bit disappointing, Bartel. Arsenal fans remember Cool. She won the League Cup in her 2 years there. No one known to Everton. Atleti picked her up from Roma in last month's window. Let's see what difference the changes make. Tina has gone into left side centre back. Showcase her talents in there. Riviere, bit of pressure on her. This is Van Gaal, and she might think about switching her. She's on a yellow. They get the ball out wide left. Manon was available. And Tellen couldn't clear her feet. There's a spikiness about Atletico Madrid now. Here comes the cross from Ottoman. Nothing in that, just a coming together. Went down far too easily. United about to make a change. Ronaldo Mallard scored one and created one. Behind is the player who goes off. And on comes Lisa Olsen. The Swedish international to be replaced by a Norwegian international. It's had a strong season. She, apart from not playing against Paris Saint-Germain, she's played in every other Champions League game. The club for 3 years now, came from Bram. Then goes to Tissier. Where he's pulled it back for the challenge on Maya Tissier. I think wise to take off Van Gaal. She's on a yellow card, looked as if she was tiring a little. Parker's come out to the right hand side now. The shot by Riviere, again carrying strongly. Let her come there and got the shot away. Turned up by George. Manchester United still in the chase for top 3 place in the WSL, still in the FA Cup. League Cup final coming up in England against Chelsea. And very strong in this position now here in the Champions League playoff. Jensen. Park couldn't quite get a major contact on it. It's Medina. Foul on Ottoman. Just getting a little bit untidy. She's not quite right since she came on, Rosa Ottoman. Something of a bit part player in this competition this season. A couple of starts. Can Atleti make a tie of this? They need a first leg goal, badly need a first leg goal. One tame effort on goal so far. Borisa is to the left of the ball. Ottoman is to the right. Now she's a left footer. If she bends around the wall to the left of the wall as we're looking at it, it could be dangerous. Goes the other side and it hits the woodwork. It needs clearing and it is cleared. Atleti very nearly back into the game. Talis Joyce gets something on it. No, she didn't. Hit the bar. I think it went straight through her hands. But it just got something on it from that replay. She's certainly getting congratulated. That really has rejuvenated the home support. Low and flat. Letizia is there to clear the lines. A warning shot across the bows of Manchester United there. Goalkeeper goes long. It's easy for Manchester United. But the WSL team have gone a little bit flat. One back by Miyazawa. She's had a super night. Laid off by Turlin. Mallard with the run, lengthening the strides. Ball bobbling. Treacherous pitch. Hits Lauden. Just touched away. Twin clears. That's a pull. About lovely free kick this. I'm not too sure the goalkeeper got anything on that, you know. Virtually the underside of the bar. Beginning to work up head of steam, Atletico. Here's Catherine Cool. Janssen, and also off from the out ball on that far side. Pushing on strongly, Atleti now. Just kept in by Mallard, whipped on by Turlin. First to it is Lauren, the Brazilian. Here's Andrea Medina. Difficult side to beat on this ground. Manchester United looking for their second success here this season. They've only actually lost one of their last 6 home games. His team though in fine form, unbeaten in 9. Always been an easy ride from Manchester United. Disgruntled fans at one stage, but he's done a marvellous job with them. And Nelson getting in each other's way. It's a free kick to Atleti. We're to the last quarter of the game. Foul by Riviere. Jensen will take it. Laurens up from the back. Senor Perez, one of the three centre-backs up there as well. Tall figure of Sina Jensen with the long blonde hair. Arisa. It's with Aaron coming in. Good header away for Manchester United. Lofted wide by Catherine Kuhl. Rain coming down. It was forecast. In a dampish evening. Now the rain comes. Still in that midfield area for Manchester United. Sigurdsson, back come Madrid. Jensen's in here, they have to make it count. Oh, she went to pass, partially cleared, and the shot is deflected wide. Iannuzzi went to pick up the pieces, and the shot was deflected wide. Jensen was in on goal, decided to square it. And there's a brilliant block in there by Letizia to deny Iannuzzi. They're getting closer. 2-0 down, but on top of this particular passage of the game. Deep corner all the way through. She slipped in there, Laurens. Play for Brazil's South America under 20 title winning side some 4 years ago now that was. 19 at the time. 20 to go in this. Heave-ho downfield. The round ball on the right hand side, Manchester United, since Van Gaal went off. That's a foul. A yellow card. Soriega, I think it was, stretching into the challenge. Indeed it was. Had a frustrating night. Mistimed. Nice little flick off there. Surely she's got to shoot. She went to turn the compliment back to Soriega. And a lovely piece of defensive work, not once but twice by Maya Letizia. Up comes a free kick. Oh, I couldn't have gone anywhere there. Smooth, confident, composed at the back, but the goalkeeper wasn't. Jensen, decent effort. Strong second half from Atleti, but no goal so far. Ball clearance, took it neatly with the chest trap. And a dipping volley over. They've looked more dangerous, the front two, in this second half after their extensive piece of half-time tactical work from the coaches, but I think their day is done now, sorry, I think it's because of the caution. And they're both going off. Well, that's significant. Jensen replaced by Shirogiharo, forward. Soriega replaced by Shioga Bellini, who's been struggling actually with an ankle problem. She normally plays in a wide position. Brazilian international. Made no changes. Cleared away efficiently by Gabby George. Substitutes have to have an impact straight away. That's cleared away by Zigiotti. She's got through some work for Manchester United. George. Pressure on her by Guijarro, wearing 9. They've shown in this second half, Atleti, that even at 2-0 down, the tie's not necessarily over. Here's Riviere. Might be now, though. Nudged out by Nelson. Here's Parr. Quiet in this second half. Just sometimes Parr could lift the head a little bit more, get the ball away quicker. Still going. Will it break back in kindly? The shot was deflected. Ottoman. Again, it was Letizier with a big block. She's had an effect since she came on. Rosa Ottoman. The 5th corner of the game. Pressure mounting on Manchester United in the last quarter of an hour. Got everyone back. Guijarro there. Big and dangerous. It's a good catch by Thomas Joyce. Burst of corners by Ottoman, too near the goalkeeper. Goes Medina. Good work by Fernandez to win that. Well judged Gabby George. Dominic Janssen under a bit of pressure. Wayward with the pass. George forces the throw in of Sheila Guijarro. Around a long while. The Levante in Malaga came from Villarreal 3 years ago. Goals have dried up for her. She scored 14 in her first season. She's only got 19 in all. That's a push by Fernandez. In this competition, you can't give a goal away as early as they did. In the first 3 minutes, Manchester United were ahead. They were the best team in the first half by a long way. Got the second goal 6 minutes before the break. Novin Malar. Atleti have pushed them in this second half, and they've had their moments. And here's Ottoman. There, throw by Ottoman to Guijarro, sensibly played to open it up. This is Senor Perez. Now Alexia Fernandez. One-on-one with George, gets the crossing. Headed down by Miyazawa, she's covered some ground. Malar. He's been on the afterburners there. And back by Boarisa. forget the winners of the tie. The second leg is a week tonight. Up at the Leaf Sports Village, we'll go up against Bayern. Here comes Fernandez. They need a goal, and they know it. Pops the cross in, headed away by Riviere, who's had an excellent night. Park. Now Iannuzzi. Fiamme Iannuzzi. Ottoman. Goalkeeper judged it. He's done well since she came on, Rosa Ottoman. She's only started 2 of their last 10 games now. Stayed mostly on the high plane of Spain, here or down in the highlands of the south. The floodplains of the north. It's been a wretched early 2026 weather-wise, this wonderful country. Here's Mallard, cleared away by Medina, not too far, pressure still on. Made in by Zigiotion to Nelson with the run. Mallard lifts the cross. Turlen. Didn't expect the ball to come to her like that. Misjudged in the air by Medina. Nelson on to Mallard. Oh, 3-0. Zigiotion drives Manchester United surely through to the quarterfinals. 3-0 up in the first leg. Cruel on Atleti because they've been good in this second half, much better. But when the chance came, Zigiotion, who's been terrific in that midfield engine room for Manchester United, drove it home. A long way back in the tie now for the Spanish side. 4th goal of the season for her, and it was very well taken. Persistence by Turner. Turned it back to Nelson. Mallard again had a role to play. Scored 1, assisted 2. And the keeper will not be pleased to see it again as it beats from the near post. Atleti 0, Manchester United 3. A marvellous night in Spain for the WSL side. What a difference it would have been had Reese's shot gone in and not hit the bar, and the chance that fell also to Jensen when she decided to square the ball. Park goes off for Manchester United. Eight minutes to go. And on to replace her comes Simia Wucho. Canadian international. Her first touch. Long by Riviere. Nelson's come out to this right hand side of Wucho, one in the middle. She's led the line well, Turlen, today. Battling for it, trying to turn away from Lauren. In a physical battle, that one. Oh, it's risky back pass by Borisa. Can they get one back here? Iannuzzi out wide to Fernandez. Thinking Miyazawa and Zigiotion, they've had the best two midfield players on the pitch tonight. In turn, they've had the best forward on the pitch. Malad, the best wide player. Letizier, the best centre-back. So all in all, I think it's a representation of Manchester United have the better players, but Atletico can get back into it. Just a goal will make a difference. Off Letizier, she's been terrific. To block Garbellini's attempted cross. Now for a long while, Garbellini hasn't played since October because of the ankle problem. Corner kick to Atleti. Unchallenged, easy for Tallis Joyce. Manchester United 52% of the ball. 8 efforts in all. Atleti have had 9, but they've only had 2 on target. United have had 4. Very little in the passing stats. Hasn't been a great passing game. Down throw to me. Easy with the turn, gets the free kick. Here's Alwa's holding on. Switch by Boarisa. Taken on the gallop by Fernandez. Block there. The two centre-halves for United have been terrific. Dominic Janssen there blocking in Letizier alongside her. And by Medina. Here's Alwa's headed out. Araujo battling. Not hard enough. Oh, that's a tricky one. It's a good effort. I don't think she touched it. Garbellini's shot. Did it just nick off Gabby George on the way through? Keeper didn't get anything on it. It's a corner kick though. He should probably start the second leg. She was strong in the early weeks of this competition. Malad and Lauren. Two recipients of the ticking off.
One meter from the keeper. 1 meter.
Well worked, find the ball in. It's difficult to deal with it, just scrambled wide by George. The lovely ball in, deceptive. Played short, and then Ottoman lays it off again. Boarisa with the ball in, tempting, teasing. Goes to Letizier, get away. Araujo, strong and powerful, will lead the charge. Miyazawa, Araujo wants it back through the middle. No weight on the pass, so she has to check back. She'll settle for that. Goalkeeper's eye line just blurred as George came across, but she managed to scramble it away, Gabby George. 2.5 to go. Zigiotti. On with the throw. Goes long, hoping that someone would run onto it. Medina clears it away. Riviere first to react. Nelson. Riviere with the cross. Out by Lauren. Iannuzzi. Now the break is on, perhaps with Fernandez, who can cover ground quickly. She's still going. She overran it. So at the pitch, she got a bit dizzy. What did you like about her performance tonight? Frustrated push. Sent Letizier to the ground fairly easily, as we said. major concern now is to get the team up for the match against Madrid CFF at the weekend here, then the return leg. They're still in the Cup in Spain. They've got a semi-final to play here against Tenerife. That's an outrageous attempt at goal. Melvin Mallow. Janssen knows that pushing up behind her there was Garbellini. Been very bright since she came on. Her first game in 4 months. The 90th minute has to be a foul throw. Header props wide. Ottoman again. Both Ottoman and Garbellini have made a change to them. Tai could have swung with the Boarisa free kick that hit the woodwork, and the chance squandered by Sinny Jensen. Scored one of those, it would have been a different story. Ottoman. Up by Perez. Paolo trying to hold it up. Free kick. Straight to a red and white shirt though. Gina's gone out wide. Wants him into her. Cool. He did a stoppage time. Slipped away. Senor Perez. That's a neat little header on by Guerrero, and the shot had no power whatsoever. No finish by Fiamme Iannuzzi. And that's a big opportunity, just to get one back. Good setup, she spun Janssen, and the shot just lacked any sort of power. 2-0 the goalkeeper. But they have created in the second half, and they've squandered opportunities. Ottoman. Here's the Guillaume, still full of running. Not missed a game this season. Very consistent player. George. Halfway through the period of stoppage time. And a chastening first defeat in charge for him. Should be a free kick. Challenge on Malab. Now by Iannuzzi, but again there's been plenty to like about her performance. She's only 21. This team is the more experienced team overall. In terms of age, in terms of international caps picked up. And by Fernandez. Tizier gives the big keep out. And we're into the last minute of stoppage time. Alexia Fernandez. They did leave big gaps behind the wing backs in that first half. And they defended poorly for the first two Manchester United goals. Cool. Lauren left-footed, right through the middle. Banged into her own player and hurdled her own player. A very good evening's work for Manchester United. Melvin Mallard scored one and created the others for Liz Turlin after just 3 minutes, and for Ziggy Otiol 9 minutes from time. And though they were made to work for it in the second half by Atleti, who had the ball against the bar with Farisa and squandered a couple of really good chances, one late one from Iannucci. They didn't really have enough about them to trouble Manchester United over the 90. It's a deserved victory for the WSL side. There's a mountain to climb now for the Spanish team as they go to the League Sports Village next week. 3-0 down in the first leg of this Champions League playoff. It finishes here. Atleti 0. Manchester United 3.
Yes, a huge win for Manchester United as they take the advantage home going into the second leg next week in Manchester. As the commentator there said, they were made to work for it a bit more in the second half. It wasn't as easy as it looked in the first half, was it, Ali?
No, and Jen said we need to see more energy from Atleti, and that is what they brought, but they still didn't really trouble Man United. There was that chance. I mean, you're so close to the goal. We would have liked to see a shot instead of a pass. There was a little bundling there in front of the goal, but otherwise, I think, Janelle, even if we saw Luani in this side, they still probably wouldn't have been able to compete on all cylinders.
I agree. I don't think it would have been a different game with Luani. We talked about it before. I think Manchester United was dominated in every aspect of the game. Yes, Atleti started off strong in the second half, and they had a few clear chances. I think it could have been a different game if maybe that free kick, Vilde Borrisa's free kick goes in the early in the second half. Maybe if, like you mentioned, maybe if Jensen shoots instead of crosses that clear chance after that, it could have been a different game, but it wasn't. They didn't make the right decisions in the final third. And on the other end of things, Manchester United made the right decisions in the final third. So it paid off, and I think it's a well-deserved win for them. I think they need to have their heads up, Atletico Madrid. I'm looking at those pictures and heads are down, looking very emotional. You still got a whole game to turn this around. Don't get me wrong, it's 3-0. That's not in any position that you want at home. We talked about their results and how they needed to turn that around. They haven't. But come on, you're still in a knockout phase of a Champions League. You still have another 90 minutes. Crazier things have happened. I don't know if I'm an optimist, maybe it's the Scottish in me, but that reaction, what I'm seeing body language from the Atletico Madrid players, that's not good enough. You need big characters in that dressing room to lift everyone's heads. You've got a week to turn it around.
You need to go do the team talk.
I don't think they have those big characters to turn it around. But I completely agree with you. It's only the first half. They have a whole 90 minutes next week, but I don't see anybody, like nobody stands out for me on this Atleti side that's going to say, hey, we can do this, we can turn it around, let's go one moment at a time. I don't see that happening at all.
I can see why it would be deflating as well. You're going into a bounce, a better period with a new manager, but you have a player get injured. We'll obviously wait and see what the outcome of that is, and it just still feels like a pretty large mountain to climb now away from home, but their record was better away from home. But I agree with that's the mentality that you need to have, but I can understand why they're not feeling too optimistic right now.
Yeah, they still haven't won a game at home in the Women's Champions League as of yet. Oh well, hopefully
they get through.
Yeah, hopefully
they get through and have another home game.
Exactly, we'll see it there. All right then, everyone, we're going to be taking a quick break. It's now the end of the first leg of these knockout round playoffs, and we're going to be discussing the two games we saw today after this short break.